Most modern humans waste $10,000. You know what Caveman do with $10,000? Caveman turn it into $100,000. 5 years. Not magic, not lottery, not crypto scam from stranger on internet. 3 investments. Caveman teach you today. But first, Caveman must warn you about danger. Modern human in USA land makes $60,000 a year. Average. Government says this. Modern human thinks this is good. But then modern human spends $62,000 a year. You see the problem? Modern human earns mammoth, spends 2 mammoths, then wonders why cave is empty, wonders why retirement looks like working until death, wonders why children inherit nothing but debt. Caveman sees this every single day, and Caveman wants to shake modern human by the shoulders. Here is the real danger. If you ignore what Caveman teaches today, if you close this and go back to buying things you do not need to impress people who do not care, in 5 years you will be exactly where you are right now. But worse, because inflation is the slow fire that burns your money while you sleep. Every year you do nothing, your $10,000 becomes worth less. Not worthless yet, but less. In 5 years of doing nothing, that $10,000 has the buying power of maybe $8,500. The jungle does not wait for slow humans. The jungle eats them. Caveman has seen this happen. Caveman watched neighbor human. Call him Dave. Dave had $10,000 saved in 2018. Good job. Hard worker. Dave put money in savings account because bank said it was safe. Bank smiled big smile when Dave did this. Dave earned 0.5% interest. Inflation ran at 3%. Dave lost money every single year while thinking he was being responsible. By 2023, Dave's $10,000 had not grown. It sat there, and the jungle got more expensive around him. Dave is still working the same job, still confused, still broke in the way that modern humans do not even recognize they are broke because they have stuff but no future. Caveman does not want this for you. Now Caveman teaches. Sit close to fire. This is the most important 15 minutes of your money life. The 3 investments that turn $10,000 into $100,000 in 5 years are not secret. They are not locked behind a $2,000 course. They are not hidden in a private club for rich humans. They are hiding in plain sight. But modern human walks past them every single day because modern human is distracted by noise, by new iPhone, by vacation photos of other humans living beyond their means, by the illusion that looking rich and being rich are the same thing. They are not. Caveman knows the difference. One is fur coat, one is actual warm cave. Investment 1, stock market index funds. Caveman knows this sounds boring. Good. Boring is how Caveman gets rich. Exciting is how modern human gets poor. When someone promises exciting returns, exciting opportunities, exciting new coins, run. Run like saber-toothed tiger is chasing you, because something is chasing you. It is called risk disguised as opportunity. Index fund is simple. You buy tiny piece of 500 biggest companies in USA land. One purchase. You own tiny sliver of Apple, of Microsoft, of Amazon, of hundreds more. When USA economy grows, your money grows. When USA economy dips, your money dips temporarily, but over time, over 5 years, over 10 years, over 20 years, the line goes up, always has, even through crashes, even through wars, even through pandemics. The line goes up. S&P 500 index. Remember these words, S&P and 500. This collection of companies has returned on average about 10% per year over the last century. Some years it returns 25%, some years it drops 20%, but average over time, 10%. Caveman not make this number up. This is history, this is data, this is truth. You put $5,000 of your $10,000 into S&P 500 index fund in 2019. You do not touch it. You do not check it every day like anxious modern human. You leave it. By 2024, that $5,000 has become roughly $9,000 to $10,000, depending on when exactly you bought and sold. Market was up dramatically through that period. You doubled your money on half your investment, just by doing almost nothing, or just by being patient, just by trusting the long game. But here is what modern human does not know. The real power is not the return. The real power is what happens when you keep adding. If you put $200 more into that index fund every single month, just $200, that $5,000 starting investment grows to something truly powerful because you are buying more pieces every month. And every month that you buy, those pieces start earning their own returns. Money making money. Caveman calls this the snowball. You push small snowball at top of long hill. You do not push hard, you just start it. By the bottom of the hill, snowball is enormous. This is compound interest. This is the most powerful force in money jungle. Even Albert Einstein, very smart modern human, called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Caveman agrees with Einstein. Caveman and Einstein, not often do they agree, but on this, yes. Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab. These are the places you can buy index funds. Look for ticker symbol VOO or SPY for S&P 500 fund. Fees should be tiny, less than 0.1% per year. If someone is charging you 1% or 2% to manage your money in basic funds, they are taking your snowball and keeping part of it forever. Caveman does not allow this. Investment 2. Real estate. Not the way modern human thinks. Modern human hears real estate and thinks, Caveman, I do not have money for house. I cannot invest in real estate. That is for rich humans. And this is the lie that keeps modern human out of one of the greatest wealth builders in USA land history. Because you do not need to buy whole house. You do not need $200,000 down payment. You do not need to become landlord and fix leaking pipes at midnight. You can buy something called a REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. Say it, REIT. This is a company that owns real estate, apartment buildings, shopping centers, hospitals, storage units, office buildings. And when you buy shares of this company, you own a tiny piece of all that real estate. And by law, these companies must pay out 90% of their income to shareholders, to you, every quarter. Cash, landing in your account. Caveman put $3,000 of the $10,000 into REITs, diversified REIT index fund, not single risky company. Something like VNQ from Vanguard. Over 5 years, good REIT investment can return 8 to 12% annually when you include those dividend payments. That $3,000 becomes $4,400 to $5,300. Not as dramatic as other investments. But here is why Caveman loves REITs. They pay you while you wait. Stock market goes up and down, and you feel nothing until you sell. REIT sends you money every 3 months. This keeps modern humans psychologically in the game. Seeing money arrive in account makes modern human feel smart, feel patient, feel like staying the course. This matters more than modern human realizes, and this is where it gets dangerous for those who ignore real estate entirely. USA land has seen real estate values rise dramatically for decades. Average home price in 1990 was about $120,000. Today it is over $400,000. Modern human who owned real estate through those decades did not just save money, they built wealth that their children could inherit. Modern human who only rented, paid someone else's mortgage, built nothing transferable. Eating Caveman is not saying, renting is always wrong. Sometimes it is right choice for your life situation. But having zero exposure to real estate appreciation over long time period is leaving enormous wealth on table. REIT gives you that exposure without buying whole building. This is democratization of wealth building. This is the tool that used to belong only to rich tribe. Now everyone can use it. Investment 3. This is where modern human gets most surprised. This is the investment Caveman is most passionate about, and it is the one that contributed most to turning $10,000 into $100,000. The third investment is yourself, not in vague motivational way, in very specific, very measurable, very real financial way. Caveman put remaining $2,000 into skills, into knowledge that directly increases earning power. Because here is mathematical truth that modern human misses entirely. If you learn a skill that gets you a $10,000 raise at your job, that raise pays you every single year for the rest of your career. $10,000 extra per year for 20 years is $200,000. From one skill, from one course, from one certification, from one honest conversation with your boss where you demonstrate your new value. Modern human spends $2,000 on vacation. Caveman understands wanting vacation, but that vacation gives you 1 week of happiness and zero financial return. $2,000 invested in a coding boot camp, a financial modeling course, a real estate licensing certification, a project management credential, a trade skill. That same $2,000 can return $10,000 per year in increased income forever. The return on investment is not 10%, not 15%. It is potentially 500% per year, compounding forever. Caveman watches modern humans spend money on entertainment and call it self-care. Caveman watches modern humans spend on things that depreciate, things that evaporate, things that vanish. Then modern human complains that wealthy humans had advantages, had connections, had luck. Sometimes this is true, but often the wealthy human simply invested in themselves when others invested in distractions. The $2,000 caveman spent on skills led to promotion. Promotion led to more investable income. More investable income went back into index funds and REITs. The snowball grew faster because the person pushing it got stronger. This is the multiplier that financial calculators cannot fully capture. Arc human capital, improving human financial capital, improving human capital, again in continuous upward spiral. Now Caveman stops you, right here, because you are thinking something. You are thinking, Caveman, this sounds good, but I do not have $10,000 to invest. Caveman hears this. Caveman understands this. Average American has less than $1,000 in savings for emergencies, according to various surveys. This is terrifying. This means one bad event, one medical bill, one car breakdown, one job loss, and modern human is in crisis. So before the 3 investments, Caveman must address the foundation. You cannot build cave on sand. You need rock. Rock means emergency fund first. 3 to 6 months of basic expenses sitting in high-yield savings account, not regular bank savings earning 0.01%. Online banks like Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Ilali Bank, high-yield accounts paying 4 to 5% as Caveman speaks. Your emergency fund should be earning something while it waits. Then, and only then, do you begin investing. Because if you invest, and then emergency hits, and you must sell investments at wrong time, you lose twice. You pay taxes on gains. You possibly sell at a loss. You break the compound snowball. Emergency fund is your foundation rock. Build it first. And if you do not have $10,000, you start with $1,000. You start with $500. Index funds allow you to invest with as little as $1 through fractional shares. The amount matters less than the habit. The habit of investing regularly, automatically, without thinking about it, without waiting for perfect moment, that habit is worth more than any single lump sum. Set up automatic transfer on payday before you see the money. Before modern human brain can find creative ways to spend it. Pay yourself first. This is ancient wisdom, older than Caveman even. Pay yourself first. But here is what modern human does not know. And this secret is worth thousands of dollars to you if you use it. There are special caves the government built that protect your investments from the tax saber-toothed tiger. These caves are called ERA and 401k, Individual Retirement Account and the Workplace Retirement Plan. Inside these special caves, your money grows and the tax creature cannot eat it, at least not yet, at least not for decades. If your employer offers 401k match, this is free money. This is your employer saying we will add extra rocks to your pile if you put rocks in first. If employer matches up to 3% of your salary and you are not contributing at least 3%, you are leaving free rocks on the ground and walking away. Caveman cannot understand this. It is equivalent to employer handing you cash and you refusing it. Yet millions of Americans do this every year because they have not been taught, because no one sat them by the fire and explained. Roth IRA is Caveman's favorite cave. You put in money you already paid taxes on. Money grows inside for decades. When you take it out in retirement, you pay 0 taxes. 0. The government made this deal, and it is an extraordinary deal for young investor. If you are between 25 and 45, you have time to make this deal work magnificently for you. Maximum contribution is $7,000 per year as of current rules. $7,000 invested every year from age 30 to age 60 at 10% average return becomes roughly $1.1 million from $7,000 per year, tax-free at withdrawal. In Caveman does math so you can feel the size of this number. $1 million, tax-free, from disciplined, consistent investing inside the cave government built for you. Now Caveman reaches the big truth. The thing Caveman has been building toward this whole time by the fire. The revelation that changes how you see money forever. Modern human thinks becoming wealthy requires either very high income, or luck, or inheritance, or secret knowledge, or being born into right tribe. This is the lie. This is the story that keeps average human average. Because if becoming wealthy requires things outside your control, you never have to feel responsible for not becoming wealthy. You can blame circumstances. You can blame economy. You can blame the system. And sometimes the system is genuinely unfair. Caveman acknowledges this. But even within unfair system, even with average income, even starting with zero, even starting with debt, the mathematical reality of compound growth, of consistent investing, of living below your means, this math works regardless of who you are. The true secret the wealthy know is not a stock pick. It is not a real estate deal. It is not a connection. The true secret is time preference. Wealthy humans, truly wealthy humans, not just high earners, think in decades. Poor humans, and Caveman says this with compassion, poor humans think in days. When you change your time preference, everything changes. You stop asking what gives me pleasure this weekend and start asking what builds my position this decade. You stop trying to look wealthy and start trying to become wealthy. In these two paths, look almost identical from outside for a long time. The person becoming wealthy drives older car, lives in modest home, does not wear status symbols, looks boring to modern human tribal signaling eyes, but quietly, invisibly, the snowball is growing. And then one day, modern human looks over and the boring person is free, has options, does not panic about job loss, does not worry about medical bill, walks through life differently. That freedom was built in the quiet years when no one was watching and no one was impressed. This is what $10,000 into $100,000 actually means. It is not the number, it is the proof. Proof that you can do something. Proof that time and consistency work. Proof that the system, despite its flaws, has mechanisms you can use. That $100,000 in 5 years is the beginning of a snowball that does not stop. Because the person who turned $10,000 into $100,000 has also learned discipline, learned patience, learned to ignore noise, learned to trust process. That person is fundamentally different from the person who started 5 years earlier. And that different person will turn $100,000 into something much larger again. Now Caveman gives you the action plan. 5 steps. Clear. Simple. Do these things. Step 1. Stop the bleeding today. Look at every subscription, every recurring charge, every automatic payment leaving your account. Cancel everything you have not used in 30 days. Find $200 per month. This is your starting investment fuel. Most modern humans can find this money hiding in wasteful spending without changing their quality of life at all. Caveman guarantees this. Step 2. Build your ROC, emergency fund of 3 months' expenses, minimum. Put it in high-yield online savings account, earning real interest. Do not touch it except for true emergency. Car needs repair, this is emergency. Concert tickets are not emergency. New phone is not emergency. You know the difference. Step 3. Open investment accounts this week, not next week. This week, Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. Takes 15 minutes online. Open Roth IRA if you qualify based on income. Open taxable brokerage account as well. Set up automatic monthly investment on payday, even $100, even $50. Start the habit. Step 4. Buy boring investments. S&P 500 index fund for majority of your stock investment. REIT index fund for real estate exposure. Do not try to pick individual stocks unless you have studied this deeply and treat it as entertainment money only, money you can afford to lose entirely. Most individual stock pickers underperform the index. This is data, not opinion. Even most professional fund managers underperform the simple index fund over long periods. Boring wins. Step 5. Invest in your earning power every single year. Take 1 course, earn 1 certification, develop 1 high-value skill every year without fail. Ask yourself, What skill would make me worth more to my employer, my clients, or my own future business? Then spend time and money acquiring that skill. The return will compound just like financial investments compound. Caveman has sat with you long time today. Caveman has shared what took years to learn. See, Caveman has given you the map through the financial jungle, but map is useless if you fold it up and put it in pocket and go back to old path. Modern humans make mistake of consuming wisdom without acting on wisdom. They watch, they nod, they feel motivated for one day. Then life happens, distraction happens, resistance happens, and the moment passes. And then another year goes by, and they are in same place, same confusion, same anxiety, same broken snowball that never started rolling. You are different. Caveman believes this. Caveman would not sit by this fire and teach if Caveman did not believe tribe can grow stronger. But Caveman cannot do the work for you. Caveman can only show the path. The 3 investments are simple: index funds, real estate through REITs, yourself, and your skills. And together they create 3 streams of growth that compound and multiply over 5 years, over 10 years, over a lifetime. And the person who begins today, even with small amount, even with $500, is infinitely ahead of the person who waits for perfect moment. Perfect moment does not come. Perfect moment is the lie that keeps modern human frozen while jungle moves around them. Caveman teach you truth today. Now you choose. Stay confused like modern human who consumes but never acts, or get clear like Caveman who sees simple truth and moves? Comment below. Tell Caveman which of the 3 investments you are starting first. Tell Tribe what your financial goal is in 5 years. Tribe gets stronger when members speak their commitment. This is ancient truth. Saying it out loud makes it more real. It makes you accountable to yourself and to others watching. Subscribe to Caveman channel, because Caveman has more fire to share, more traps to expose, more ancient wisdom dressed in modern numbers. Tribe grows stronger together. Caveman sees you next time. Now go. Build your future. Start today.